first, the team of David Finley and Drilla Moloney. Together they are the Bullet Club War Dogs.
Bullet Club War Dogs, the leader David Finley teaming up with Drilla Moloney.
I'm a big fan of David Finley, called many of his matches over the years. His father was one of my favorite wrestlers, and the son is following in those tremendous footsteps.
Father, Irish legend, Finley. In fact, David Finley, a fourth-generation professional wrestler. Brings a blend of technical mastery, unrelenting aggression. Drilla Moloney began training at the tender age of 12.
I think that's illegal, isn't it?
A lot of youngsters getting into the game younger and younger these days. And he's now 28 and in his prime.
Their opponents, the team of Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows, the Good Brothers.
Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows, OGs of the Bullet Club, the Good Brothers, walking that ramp to the ring. As mentioned, it will be New Guard versus Old Guard. Prediction is it's going to be chaos when these four go at it. Anderson, a co-founder of the Bullet Club.
And I managed the Good Brothers for a period of time, and I can tell you that Gallows is one of the most underrated big men in the history of wrestling. You talk about great Canadian big men like Don Leo Jonathan, he's the next level of that.
Yeah, they're tough, they're tenured, and they're too sweet. The Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson. Three-time IWGP Tag Team Champions, two-time WWE Tag Team Champions, three-time TNA Tag Team Champions, a decorated tag team with more chemistry than Walter White's RV. The Good Brothers are here at Northern Rising. But they are going to face a very tough test with the newer incarnation of the Bullet Club, the War Dogs. They've ratcheted up the violence, they've ratcheted up the attitude, and already they are champing at the bit to get it on with Gallows and Anderson, Moloney and Finley.
Well, I can tell you that when I was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Karl Anderson used to terrorize a young David Finley. So there's a lot of bad blood here that goes back a long time.
And he did the same thing last night, single-handedly terrorizing the War Dogs in an 8-man tag team match in New Japan Pro Wrestling Resurgence in Ontario, California. We're in Ontario, Canada tonight, but Anderson and Gallows have teamed up with the Young Bucks to pick up the win last night. They're hoping to make it a clean sweep this weekend over the War Dogs, but now it's traditional tag team rules. It will be Karl Anderson squaring off with David Finley.
Karl looks in great shape, looks ripped, looks cut. And of course, Doc is just every bit of 6'7" and 280 pounds, but moves like a junior heavyweight in certain instances.
Huge crowd on hand, sold out the Mattamy Athletic Center. David Finley hoping to give himself an early birthday present. He turns 32 on May 16th. Presented by Ship Nerd, Ship Smarter. And two of the smarter individuals. All four men possess high ring IQ. You do not get to the levels of success that they have had without having high ring IQs as they now jockey for position all over the ring, Don.
Yeah, listen, I mean, like we said, you can see the bad blood that I mentioned before. It's amazing to me that David Finley, with all of the international experience he has, is only 32 years old. That's incredible.
Yes. Machine gun, Karl Anderson, David Finley, they hook up. Side headlock now employed by Finley.
Finley's a guy, the business just comes easy to him.
Wow, and that came easy to him as he knocks Gallows off the apron. When you're born into the business, I guess for some it does, for some it doesn't, Don.
You know, if Fit Finley is your father, you're probably growing up pretty tough, aren't you?
Oh, you damn straight. And wow, we told you this would be chaotic, and it's already chaos. All four doing battle at ringside. Gallows and Moloney, Finley and Anderson. Finley and Anderson were the legal competitors, but when you have Bullet Club chaos, you might as well throw out the rule book, because this referee is going to have his hands full here tonight.
Gallows has got a tremendous right hand if he gets it cocked and loaded. I've seen him knock guys out in bars and in wrestling rings.
Here comes Drilla Moloney. Tandem as Moloney. Oh! Finger in the eyes there by Gallows. Oh, and a big boot to the face.
Yeah, Gallows.
Moloney by Gallows.
Gallows is old school, Morrow. He's not shy about popping an eyeball out.
Definitely not, as referee trying to restore order here. I do believe it is still Anderson. And now Anderson and Moloney. The tag was made, so now it's Moloney and Anderson. And Moloney uncorks a right hand. Another right to the side of Anderson's head. Anderson counters with a right of his own. And what a moment this is for professional wrestling fans around the world to get to see the original incarnation of the Bullet Club against the latest iteration, the War Dogs. And great move there by Karl Anderson, recovered from a torn rotator cuff, back in action and already taking it to Drilla Moloney.
Karl Anderson, in my opinion, has forgotten more about pro wrestling than most people will ever know. Been doing it a long time and always at a high level. Former G1 winner.
Here comes Doc Gallows. A tag was made. The other half of the Good Brothers. And he is putting the boots to the legs of Drilla Moloney as Gallows looks to neutralize Moloney in the corner. Oh, and that right uppercut found the target.
Gallows reminds me a bit in the way he moves of a young Dick Murdoch.
Dirty Dick Murdoch.
Who graced these halls many times here.
Of course, he and Dusty Rhodes, the Texas Elvis. And now the tag made. In comes Karl Anderson. And Doc Gallows enjoying the efforts that he has put forth here tonight thus far, and that's that cohesive tag team. There's a reason they've been champions wherever they have competed in every major promotion, but Moloney now valiantly fighting back. Series of strikes and chops, and that back elbow found the target. Anderson goes for the cover, back press, hooked the leg, but Moloney's able to escape, and now the rear chinlock employed by Anderson.
Anderson ate some forearms in order to open up that opportunity for that back elbow.
Moloney fighting his way back up to a vertical base, lifts up Anderson. Anderson employing the side headlock, good grip, and then a nice opportunistic right hand, and then he jettisons Moloney to the outside, and that will give him an opportunity to continue to mete out punishment. And Finley and Gallows now engage in hostilities, and again chaos breaks out at ringside. Don,
referee having a hard time getting control of this one, Morrow.
Yes, as expected, as advertised. You got Bullet Club alum and then current members of Bullet Club War Dogs. This is exactly what you can expect.
I know that for years Doc and Karl had a view that the new age Bullet Club guys should be sending them a percentage. I don't think it's happened lately.
And they're taking out that percentage now in terms of the punishment that they are both meting out to Moloney and Finley respectively. And Finley now trying to chop down Gallows, is able to take him off his feet finally, utilizing that timekeeper's table, ringing his bell with the bell on the table. And there's another uppercut by Gallows, but inside the ring it's Anderson with the back press and the 2 count, and Moloney frustrated, trying to find a way in, trying to get his groove on in this tag team match.
Moloney is a great young athlete, a little out of his depth with Karl in terms of strategy here.
Right hand being uncorked by Gallows on Moloney. Moloney had a tremendous match to Tomohiro Ishii and really star-making performance. Moloney, a star on the rise, and really has found his family, his footing with the Bullet Club War Dogs, but trying to find his footing in this matchup. Vertical suplex by Doc Gallows, and that will jack the back of Moloney. And now elbow drops. Dropping the elbow across the shoulder. There's another rear chinlock employed.
Yeah, and he's making him carry the weight. It's a veteran move on the part of Gallows. Gallows and Anderson have been able to slow this match down and really try to measure the less experienced member of the War Dogs in Moloney.
Moloney graduating from the junior heavyweight division to full-fledged heavyweight in New Japan Pro Wrestling, proving that he's a threat, and now he's in with a big-time super heavyweight in Doc Gallows.
Oh, is he ever? Like we said, 6'7", 280, 285. Athletic is Doc Gallows.
Huge chip on the shoulder of both Moloney and Finley, but then the same can be said with for the Good Brothers. Tag is made, in comes Anderson, in comes Finley. Finley with the forearms to Anderson. Discus forearm by, and a running European uppercut, front face lock. Launches Karl Anderson across the ring.
It's a nasty release suplex there by Finley.
And now the War Dogs have the Good Brothers mounted in respective corners, dropping down right hands in stereo. So the War Dogs bringing it to the Good Brothers. Irish Kush backbreaker there by Finley, and it's good for a 2 count.
Finley's got many ways he can beat opponents, Morrow.
That he does. There's the prima nocta, the jumping stunner, the acid drop, the trash panda, the suplex shoulder breaker. I mean, he's got an arsenal full of weapons, as does Moloney, and there's that tag team cohesion, the double team. Could this spell victory for the War Dogs? No.
I hope he busts out the trash panda tonight. One of my favorite moves.
And it is a violent and devastating maneuver. Don't forget the lumbar check either, but now it's Drilla Moloney, and he's known for the Drilla Killa. He could be going for it. Well scouted out there by the Good Brothers. Gallows knew what was coming, and now he puts his big frying pan hands on both members of the War Dogs. We got a Magic Killer coming soon. And that's exactly what double team move here by the... Oh, only a 2 count. Wow.
Kicked out.
The Good Brothers looking for the victory, but Moloney was able to kick out.
You notice, Morrow, the Good Brothers are very nonplussed about things that happen in that ring because they've been there, done that. They've had every match you could possibly imagine.
And held every title. There's a super kick from Moloney on Anderson, and there's that jumping stunner by Finley on Gallows.
Finally got the big man down, now trying to take advantage on the outside.
Prima nocta deployed by Finley. Meanwhile, Moloney and Anderson wrestling on the ramp. More like fighting it out on the ramp, because this was scheduled to be a wrestling match, but it's deteriorated into a street fight, and they are taking it outside of the ring here at Mattamy Athletic Center. Good Brothers, War Dogs.
Keep
in
away
a
from us
battle.
here.
Yeah, please. Finley and Anderson duking it out. Gallows and Moloney doing the same. Referee administering the count. The War Dogs and the Good Brothers. Referee wants to bring this match back to the ring. Otherwise, he's gonna administer that count, and this could very well end in a double count. Oh, what a kick by Moloney to Anderson. But they're going backstage. The War Dogs and Good Brothers Bullet Club battle for the ages, and the referee was forced to administer the count on, much to the chagrin of the fans here in attendance. But The War Dogs and Good Brothers could not keep it in the ring, and thus far, it's a double countout.
Ladies and gentlemen, as per our referee, this match has been thrown out.
And Don, I mean, we anticipated chaos between the Good Brothers and the War Dogs, and that's exactly what we got.
Of course, and I'm not surprised this thing's probably continuing out on Yonge Street here in Toronto tonight.